Welcome back. We're reading the Quran. We're in the section Sajda, and that is the adoration. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Okay, we're picking up on 21. And indeed we will make them taste of the penalty of this life prior to the supreme penalty, in order that they may repent and return. And who does more wrong than one to whom are recited the signs of his Lord, and who then turns away therefrom? Verily, from those who transgress we shall exact due retribution. We did indeed aforetime give the book to Moses. Be not then in doubt of its reaching thee. And we made it a guide to the children of Israel, and we appointed from among them leaders giving guidance under our command, so long as they preserve with patience and continue to have faith in our signs. Verily thy Lord will judge between them on the day of judgment, in the matters wherein they differ among themselves. Does it not teach them a lesson, how many generations we destroyed before them, in whose dwellings they now go to and fro? Again, I love these ones that say that. I like it. Verily in that are signs. Do they not then listen? I love these ones like that. It's one of my favorite ones. My favorite thing within the Quran was it talks about the crumbling empires, because I love reading about the past so much of empires. So, I just love reading it. And do they not see that we do drive rain to part soil bare of herbage, and produce therewith crops, proving food for their cattle and themselves? Have they not the vision? They say, when will this decision be, if ye are telling the truth? Say, on the day of decision, no profit will it be to the unbelievers if they then believe, nor will they be granted a respite. So turn away from them and wait. They too are waiting. Okay, I'm gonna try the Arabic. وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُم مِّنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَىٰ تُبْعًا بِالْأَكْبَارِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ ذُكِّرَ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِ ثُمَّ أَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا إِنَّا مِنَ الْمُجْرِمِينَ منتقمون ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب فلا تكن في مرية من لقائه وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل وجعلنا منهم أئمة يهدون بأمرنا لما صبروا وكانوا بآياتنا يوقنون إن ربك هو يفصل بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون أولم يهد لهم كم أهلكنا من قبلهم من القرون يمشون في مساكنهم إن في ذلك لآيات أفلا يسمعون أولم ير أنا نسقي الماء إلى الأرض الجرز فنخرج به زرعا تأكل منه أنعامهم وأنفسهم أفلا يبصرون ويقولون متى هذا الفتح إن كنتم صادقين قل يوم الفتح لا ينفع الذين كفروا إيمانهم ولهم ينذرون فأعرض عنهم وانذر إنهم متذكرون Yes! It's amazing! There's another section. So let me review. Because that's petite, I want to review it. Wow, doing so good. Okay. So what I liked in this one too, again. 14. Taste ye then, for ye forgot the meeting of this day of yours. We too will forget you. Taste ye the penalty of eternity for your evil deeds. Wow. And then again, the one that totally freaked me out, but also intrigued me. I will fill hell with jinns and men altogether. Wow. Could you imagine if there's like a jinn that just screams all the time, some horrible scream, and it's in like this invisible force that's just screaming all the time, like high-pitched horrible screams, and you're literally in hell, and there's just these ridiculous jinns just making all this noise, freaking you out. Ugh. And like, it's worse enough when you're like smushed next to people. You're gonna be smushed next to people, and then what if like above you all these, and like there's somebody's heads right here because you're shoulder to shoulder, and these jinns are just flying around and just screaming at you and just saying, doing things, and like their energy pressure just, you're just like, oh man, and you're just, oh, could you imagine? It would just be terrible. Oh, and it was, and like, you know, it's gonna be like miserable, so it's just like, ugh, and like, oh, jeez, man, it'd be terrible. Again, and I noticed the theme of when we say from the Lord of the Worlds, and every time I read it, I think of dimensions, because it's true. And then, besides him to protect or intercede for you, will ye not then receive admonition? Again, saying like, no one can protect you more, or intercede on your behalf more, or even do anything for your destiny and for your safety on the final day, except for the one, right? That's interesting. Again, and I always think of that scene in The Mummy when he's going through all his different chains and trying to figure out how to get that mummy, that cursed mummy, to not get him, right? Because that's like an interesting example that people can instantly connect with what this is saying, right? And then on 5, he rules all affairs from the heaven to the earth, and in the end will affairs go up to him. On a day, the space whereof will be 1,000 years of your reckoning. Again, we like to think we're very superior with measuring time. When did the universe begin? It's like, geez, man, which calendar you want to use? You know? Like, and even if you do make a good calendar, that's still irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, right? And one galaxy's time is going to be different than the galaxy of another. So, what does it really mean? It's very fascinating. It's a petite chapter, but it's like super condensed. So it's like a lot of the ideas that we are very familiar with are already very apparent. And then this one, on 11, the angel of death put in charge of you will duly take your souls. Then shall ye be brought back to your Lord. An excellence like put in charge of you, remember? Because you guys told me an angel cannot disobey God. So no matter how much you plead, that angel ain't gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? He just told you. No one can intercede on your behalf. So even if you're to the angel like, please, 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 give me my soul. The angel's just like, gotta do my job. You know? It's like, what? Oh, dang. It's amazing.